So there were certain allegations that were made against NOC officials that they had a financial suspension on NOC on the 10th of December 2024. Though we are not answerable to the ministry, we are an independent body answerable to IOC. Then in the meantime, there were various other allegations also against the secretary and few others. All these days, I believe you are listening to the other side of the story. So we thought we will share the truth and what we have done for the last 6 months. I don't have to mention much because most of the newspaper had written various things, even some of those things even I didn't know. So I was able to gather a lot of information from you all, which is good. As a result, we were able to take corrective measures and corrective actions. So if I can go through one by one, feel free to question or feel free to stop me if you wanted to intercept or interrupt in between. So as you know, it was a turbulence time for us last year 2024, and then it continued this year until January. Fortunately, it stopped in January. So there were certain allegations that were made against NOC officials, which was very detrimental. It's not only in Sri Lanka, because for some reason, these documents go to the IOC and Olympic Council of Asia. So they always ask, what is it all about? So there is no way I can hide anything. So only option I had was to inform then minister to have an inquiry, and then to take it up in Parliament, because whatever said about our officials were took place in Parliament. So we as civilians have no access to Parliament. Only a minister could address our problem, which has to be done through a sports minister. So Honorable Harin Fernando was good enough to take it only on the ground that there should be an inquiry. So there was a 3-member independent inquiry. They went through the inquiry or went through various matters, and they made a document with various allegations that have been for further inquiry or further recommendation, whatever you call it. However, we could not move to that because there were a lot of stumbling blocks. I did not have the majority in the EXCO because our constitution is very clearly states that we have to get the EXCO approval before I go outside or even to pass it on to ethics committee. However, we all had a common goal to clear the name even at that time, so it was sent to the sent to the ethics committee. They made their recommendation on the 4th of September 2024. The recommendation was until the further inquiry, but the document said there will be further government agency inquiry or investigation will be on until such time Maxwell De Silva, the former Secretary General, to be suspended. However, our constitution is EXCO need to approve a suspension of a EXCO member. So that is where I had a challenging time, which I could not get the EXCO approval. Then I had to keep the IOC informed. So only alternative IOC had was, having spoken, that they had a financial suspension on NOC on the 10th of December 2024, which meant except the athletes who directly benefit, all the other funding that is come to NOC was immediately stopped by IOC as well as OCA. The challenging was the Honorable Minister, though we are not answerable to the ministry, we are an independent body answerable to IOC. Minister took the view the suspension was only temporary until the final investigation outcome is. If the investigation is cleared, Maxwell could always come back. If it has gone against, then there will be further actions. So Minister took a view, all the athletes in the country are supported by the ministry. NOC only handle the elite top, whereas the grassroots level right up to that is funded and supported by the ministry and the government. So the final layer support is without the NOC, it was a big loss for the government as well. Therefore, they took that view to suspend Maxwell. Then, of course, he took a writ against the decision, and that, I don't know the technical term, what is it? Stay order was not granted. Stay order was not granted. Then in the meantime, there were various other allegations also against the secretary and few others. So during that period, we had 2 members from the EXCO resign, from the Vice President Suranjit Premadasa and Gamini Jayasinghe, Treasurer. So as per the Constitution of NOC, Clause 16.6 permits for us to appoint 2 new members. Thereby we had appointed Mr. Deva Henry as the Vice President, who have been with the Olympic movement much before all of us, and Mr. Preeti Pereira, very respected chartered accountant, worked in UN as the as the Assistant Treasurer. So Mr. Shiranta Piris, who was the Assistant Treasurer as per our Constitution, he moved in to replace Gamini as a Treasurer. Just before that, beginning of the year, beginning of 2024, there were 2 other members were virtually forced by me out. That was Major General Dampat Fernando and Lalit Vitana. They were replaced by 2 eminent people, Jeevan Gunatilaka, Chairman of the Constitution Committee, and Mr. Indrajit Fernando as the Treasurer. As the Chairman, Co-Chairman of the Finance Committee. So, going forward from that time onwards, we have kept the IOC informed. Then we were trying to have two meetings, special general meeting, to get the budget for 2025 and the accounts of 2024 approved. Unfortunately, there were unruly elements here who disrupted, and they were demanding unwanted things, because there was a concern that we, the new committee office bearers who are seated here, agreed that we should do a forensic audit. So to me, if somebody says even today that they want to do forensic audit in our activity, I'm happy to allow anybody to come and do, because I'm sure none of my members here have any skeleton to hide. So that actually raised a lot of eyebrow among the IOC. So IOC funded the project, and we have already appointed the audit firm to do the forensic audit after following due process. The forensic audit will start from Monday, because they wanted various things done before they start the forensic audit. So we had 6 people left from the EXCO. If I just name it, Dampat Fernando, Lalit Vitana, Gamini Jayasinghe, Suranjit Premadasa, Mr. Chandana Lainage is under suspension and there is an inquiry on, and Maxwell De Silva was banned subsequently over other allegations. So which are the NOC as a president, which I brought to the notice of the EXCO. So there was a unanimous decision to ban him, and he had been banned for 5 years. So that's a bad side of the story which I don't like to inform you, or I don't want to elaborate, but you all know that there were various misconceptions, so this is the actual truth.
Mr. President, you all made 6 people from the EXCO resigned for one reason or for various reasons. Now you all made appointments. Latest appointment, I think, must be the appointment of the Secretary General. So on what basis was he elected, and how was he elected, and Will there be any legal challenges for this in future?
No, I don't see any legal challenges because he was a committee member already. He was in the committee. So when there was a vacancy due to resignation or due to ban of Maxwell de Silva, we didn't have a choice. Because we did not violate any constitution. Because Secretary General's position is one is important, two you need an honest man, three who is willing to work. I can tell you he may be already regretting taking this post, but he and I sometimes talk even after 10 o'clock in the night. So I needed a trusted man and an honest man. So I don't think any legal impediment against the appointment.